Okay, so now I know I'm stressed.
Yes. Okay, now that you know, because one of the things is you have to recognize, right? And
Uh-huh.
once you recognize, then you can make a conscious decision. Okay, this is what I got. Now what do I do? I have to deal with it.
Right.
Because why would you want to sit there and just continually be stressed? So you can do a variety of things. One of the things I tell people to do is that they have to know that they are not super women. They're super women, but not super women with a cape. None of us
Right.
are. So,
Right.
stop thinking you could do everything and be everything. I know for me, as a type A personality and, former academic and corporate exec and now business owner, I love knowing I could do everything.
Right.
But there's a certain sense of jaded pride that comes with knowing that, you've got your stamp all. But there's a point where that becomes dysfunctional.
Hmm.
So what we need to know is to know our limits and to ask for help. For example, is everything that we have on our to-do list today, you and I, is that really essential? Or all the things we put in our Outlook calendar, do we really think we could accomplish every single one of those things today?
Of
No.
course.
We end up dragging it from one day to the next and feeling guilty and shameful and angry and resentful that you're dragging this task or a series of tasks that you've had. So be kind to yourself and realistically, and if you need somebody else like a business coach or an executive coach to look over your schedule and to help you with time management and prioritizing, do that. But we can't expect to do all things that we want to do. Not everything has the same value. Not everything has the same impact on the bottom line or for your goals. So, for example, if what is your top must do today to meet your deliverable or to move your corporation or your business or your team one step forward, make sure you pay attention to that first, and the other things can fall off the table. When you give equal weight to everything on your list, that is definitely a form of stress. So we have to do better at time management. We have to pay attention to our own health. As I mentioned before, stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline stay in our system when we're under chronic stress.
Hmm.
We're biologically programmed to get rid of those stress hormones by the fight or flight response that you may have heard of. So we
Exactly.
can't fight stress. We can't, give our boss a punch in the nose because he asked us
Aw.
to, because he asked us, to stay late on a Friday night when our kid is at a recital and now we don't know what to do, or we're having an employee that's acting up, or a client who we thought we'd had decide to change their mind. We can't physically react to emotional stressors like we can do to physical stressors.
Hmm.
So what we have to do is we have to find some way to get rid of those stress hormones, and that's by exercising. That's by doing something.
Yes.
We find out, even if it means taking a walk at lunchtime, a 15-minute walk, or walking up and down the stairs between meetings rather than taking the elevator. We have to do something. We have to move to help release those stress hormones, because when they're not released, that's when they do the damage.
Exactly. Exercise is one of my favorite stress busters, and a newer one is meditation.
Yes.
And I know that for some people, because like for me, when I started, 30 seconds was forever. And now I'm up to like I can do it for 5 minutes without wanting to like crawl out of my skin. So it's slow build up, but I found that even if that's the only moment in my day where I'm not stressed, it breaks the cycle.
Exactly. And you're talking, I mean, one of the things I do recommend to my high level executives is yoga, because it facilitates deep breathing. And I
Mm,
don't know about you, but for years and years, I'm a habitual shallow breather. I breathe from here up, especially when
yes.
I'm stressed or I'm
Hmm.
running around. And so yoga or deep breathing exercises or meditation forces you to breathe in deeply and out deeply, and that gets the
Right.
blood circulating in your system. And just anecdotally, one of the hardest poses for me to do in yoga wasn't all those contorted poses or downward dog or crow. It was actually the last pose, the relaxation pose, shavasana, where essentially all you're doing is lying on your back and just letting your mind go blank. That
Mm,
was impossible for me to do. I sat there for the 10, 15 seconds, and then my to-do list started coming in, or what I have to do tomorrow, or okay, did I, get back to my, and so it takes practice to relax.
yes, it
And so, as you
does.
said, you increased your level of meditation. And so I told people, yeah, you might be frustrated at first, but eventually you will be able to calm your brain, which will calm your body. And over time, that as well as physical exercise is essential for you to get rid of those stress hormones that's coursing through your system as a function of your hectic day.